When you see someone successful, all you see is the end product. But what you don't see is the break that they built from. Yes, most times our success comes from our most painful moments in life. The flooded house, the broken marriage, the corporate layoff, the season that should have taken them out. But instead they rallied and they built something phenomenal. Because here's the secret. Adversity isn't the opposite of growth. It's actually the raw material for our biggest successes and happinesses. And today we are talking just about that, how to take what might break you and instead use it as fuel to burn brighter, burn faster, burn hotter, and enjoy life and build that success. We're talking today about adversity alchemy. Here we go. Welcome everyone to the Practice Your Positive Daily, because you should. This is the podcast where we train your energy so you don't go negative by default. I am Sass Schaefer, keynote speaker, energy coach, Golden Gloves champion, blah, blah, blah. Someone who has been in the ring of life and wants to show you a better way. The show today is for anyone who's been knocked down by life. And listen, I know that's all of us at some time. But if you're in that season now, we're going to talk about how to turn your pain into power. And every episode, we're going to share real stories, neuroscience-backed tools, and training zone plans so you can level up your life through energy training and practice your positive. All right, today we are doing a deep dive on transforming the hard stuff into growth. And oh, by the way, what happens when you don't? All right, story time. So October 2024, my home flooded. If you've been following along, you know that it flooded in 23. I rebuilt everything less than 6 months after the rebuild. Bigger flood, lost everything. And especially that second flood that was huge and didn't have this easy peasy answer, I had a choice. It was so clear. I could let this take me out, right? Succumb to the darkness, to the toughness, and just give in and say, fuck it, and give up. I know. Or I knew that in this same moment, I could choose to take the higher route and somehow, some way, turn this into something that would fuel my growth and fuel my success, not just on a superficial level with a career or money or whatever, but really at my deeper core. How could I use this adversity? How could I use this tough stuff to really make me rethink my life and grow in even more ways? Through training, through practice, I was able to stay connected even though I wanted to isolate, stay grateful even though some days I would wake off that this was my life. Over time, not right away, but over time, I was able to go from why is this happening to me to how can I let this happen for me? And that difference, although not easy, is absolutely critical to changing your tough times into the times that really show your true character. And listen, it wasn't perfect. It didn't work every time. Not every day was successful. But that time, that moment, I was able to change adversity into something much greater. In full transparency, this time I chose to alchemize that adversity, but I didn't always do that. Many years before that, I had a tough marriage that ended pretty abruptly and pretty dramatically. I had some growth from it, but for a long stretch of time, I just sank to it. I didn't turn to resilience. I was reactive, not resilient. I let pain drive the bus. It was a dark time, and stoicism, when you're in a hole, just don't dig deeper. And I've been there and dug deeper. So I'm not saying, look at me, I'm perfect, but I'm saying that I've done it both ways. I've been through tough stuff and let it take me out and take me down a dark road. And I've been through tough stuff and I have chosen to alchemize it, to turn it into something greater. And from this side, doing both things, I have a few ideas on how to consistently choose to alchemize the tough stuff instead of turning toward the darkness. All right, practice your positive. We're grounding all of this in training. This is practice. How do you get better at anything? Come on, you know the answer. You practice. All right, so let's talk through the 3 points on how to turn your tough stuff into growth for your success But this time, we're going to ground them all in the training zones. All right, point number 1, mindset. It starts with mindset training. Alchemy, turning the tough stuff into the good stuff, starts with the story that you're telling yourself in your own mind. Listen, you, me, and everybody else, when adversity hits, when tough stuff happens, our brain's default is, this is bad. This shouldn't be happening. I can't handle this. Why me? I don't deserve this. WTF. It's just true, right? That's where our mind goes. Totally normal. But if we don't check that story is going to wreck us. And so the mindset reframe when the tough stuff happens is telling yourself a new story, reframing it. This could be something like, this is hard, but I've been through tough stuff before. I can turn this into my good. Anything can be used for my good if I allow it. How could I use this? What is this telling me? How can I learn from this? Right? And it's not toxic positivity. I'm not saying pretend it didn't suck or the divorce didn't hurt. Absolutely not. You can feel your feels and still decide that this is something that is not going to take you out. That I'm going to use this. The tough stuff happens to all of us. I'm going to use this. I am in control. I am making the choice. I have the decision to turn this into something that's going to fuel my greatness, not that's going to be an excuse or a blame game or a lack of accountability why I'm still a lump on the couch scrolling my phone, getting drunk, and swiping on dating apps or whatever we do. All right. Point number 2, talking about hanging in the saddle. This is the embodiment part, movement. We always talk about practice. Practice means doing it. This isn't just thinking happy thoughts. This is drag your body through space until it changes you. So when the tough stuff happens, it is totally normal that your body wants to freeze or flee or fight and get angry. We have those trauma-based instincts from stepping in the ring and voluntarily getting punched in the face. I know that when you get hit, your body wants to bail. You want to cover up, you want to get out, you want to chew your gloves off and run away. And the same thing happens to us when tough stuff, unexpected stuff happens. But here's the difference. Champions, they can handle the pressure. They can hang in the saddle knowing that this is a fight for now, not forever. But adversity works the same way. When life punches you in the face, you're going to want to say, run, numb, avoid, distract, collapse. But when you train with your movement, you stay in your body, even when your body is holding on to all of that pain. And this isn't just doing burpees or lifting. It's not about aesthetics. It's about moving the energy. It's a way to metabolize our stress, to turn it into something, to take all that extra energy and thought and negativity and put it somewhere constructive. It tells your nervous system, we are here, we are capable, I am strong, I am flexible, I can handle this. Point number 2, you got to keep moving your body. I don't care what you do. Box, dance, workout, lift weights, Zumba, doesn't matter. Move your body, even when you're in crisis. All right, point number 3 is a combo 1-2 punch of expression and connection. Third training zone, these two are going to work together. You gotta get it out. Better out than in every day of the week. So the trap is when the tough stuff happens, a lot of us who have been hyper independent and handle ourselves think, oh my gosh, I got to handle this by myself, right? Suffer in silence, be a strong soldier, don't burden people, don't dump on anybody, just isolate and just put your head down and just do whatever you have to get out. And I understand that. And also, that is how the pain becomes poison. That is how one bad turn turns into 3 more. When you alchemize your adversity, you're going to have to metabolize it by saying it out loud. You just got to get it out. You have to express it, whether that's a support group or in your community or neighborhoods or a best friend or talking to your dog or voice memos to yourself or journaling. You gotta get it out, preferably with another safe human being who can give you some emotional support. After the second flood, I didn't pretend I was fine. It was too late. The pot had boiled over. Like, I told people, this is way hard. Like, I am really struggling. This is hard. I absolutely cried on the shoulders of neighbors in the alley because they asked me how I was doing and I just couldn't lie. I absolutely went to my support groups. I called my sponsor, texted my friends. I reached out to my other friends with their flooded homes so we could just kind of like share the stories and share the pain. People get it. People want to support you. There are people in your life right now who would love, who would be honored, who would be thrilled to be able to give to you, to share with you, to hold your pain, to be a safe space. You just have to be strong enough to reach out and admit that you need it. All right. Positive of the day, because you know, we leave in action. This is not all talk. We walk the walk here at PYP. So today's positive of the day, alchemy audit. Right now, identify one hard thing in your life. One thing, you probably have something, maybe it's not a natural disaster, but you probably have something in your life right now that is like, just a thorn in your side, giving you all the problems. So think about it through the lens of what we just talked about and answer the question, what could this be teaching me? How could I use this to build my future success, my personal growth? Maybe it's a challenging relationship with a coworker or a family member. Maybe it's financial times. Maybe, there's something else going on at work. Whatever tough thing you're going through right now, think about how you could reframe it and make it work for you. And listen, it's not about fixing it tonight or bypassing it or any of that. It's choosing that no matter what happens to you, you can use it for your good if you choose. And that's the choice. That's the work. All right, here's the truth. The tough stuff doesn't care if you are ready. It's going to show up anyway. Life is going to keep on lifing. But you alone get to decide what it becomes. Whether it's the thing that builds you higher or the thing that breaks you down. And listen, I've done both. And I can tell you that when I have turned my hardest seasons into the good stuff, it's just a whole lot of momentum in the right direction. And I've done the other where I've let the pain pile on and it's momentum in the other direction. So I'm not here to tell you that it's easy. I'm here to tell you that it's possible. So train in the training zones, mindset, movement, expression, connection, reframe it, stay in the saddle, and metabolize it out loud. Always share your worries with someone else. All right, that's the alchemy of adversity. Hey, if you haven't already, hit subscribe, share with someone in their hard season, drop your comments below. I'd love to hear how you're making this work for you, what tough stuff you're going through, and how you're using it to fuel your greatness. Mwah! I love it. Don't forget, train your positive energy or go negative by default. Choice is yours. All right. Mwah! I love you. Keep practicing your positive, and I will see you at practice.